Hello, I'm Marianne Savalampi. I'm one of the co-founders and the current chair of the association that's running Museum of Impossible Forms, Cultural Center, where we are currently located in. And we're situated in Kontula, East-Helsinki, Finland.
Hi, and I'm Giovanna Esposito-Yusif, current artistic director for MEF.
Technically, we began as a collective of artists, curators, pedagogists, educators in 2016.
It started from this collective practice and this urgent need to form a space and to fill a gap in the field towards specific practices that were not addressed by the art scene in Helsinki and in Finland at large in general.
Well, there seem to be very few free independent spaces in Helsinki, particularly the ones that would deal with the issues of marginalization and anti-racism, queer and feminism.
I think, like, in a way, building anti-patriarchal, anti-colonial, feminist, queer and marginal knowledges and diasporic positions.
So the collective really came together to form a space that would be also a platform for these types of issues.
The association board has the mandate to select artistic director or directors. Now I am in the third, let's say, directorial wave. So far it has been Marianne Savalampi, Christopher Wessels, Ahmed Al-Nawas, and then in the second term it was Marianne Savalampi and Ali Akbar Mehta.
Started with the original grant from the Kone Foundation in 2016. After that, we've also secured grants from the Finnish Cultural Foundation and also the Arts Promotional Center Finland, which is also part of the Ministry of Education.
It has been very much focused on cinematic practices and having a program like through the years based on that, performatic, sonic, and we have like a series of lectures as well. Very big impact in developing a space where the diasporic and BIPOC community and queer community in Helsinki and Finland can come and present and show the work. And now we're also trying to, like, the program that comes is seeking that there could be more interconnection between the international and transnational scene with what is happening local. No?
I think maybe the Ubuntu Film Club has been a good example, which started in this space in 2019. It was fully organized by a group of young African background women, and they basically used the space to create their own topic of cinema.
The library is aiming to be a dedicated library for knowledges from that stem from transnational feminisms, decolonial practices from the global south, like really engage forms of knowing and being in the world. So we will start to do it with very specific publishing practices. And also we have a kitchen that I think that it's a space that becomes, I think that it's quite unique in a way that it is an extended living room in that sort. So it's always enabling people to feel very welcome.
We've been able to be so kind of experimental and political also because the kind of private funding has given us very much kind of freedom. So there is been this kind of question that if we're now even able to get into more like governmental funding, if it means that we're just going to have to kind of move away from what has been kind of very the core.
MIF has always operated on generating a, let's say, a circular economy around its members, but also around the community at large. So when we're seeing, and which still is the case, that institutions are not always paying artist fees, MIF has since its beginning pay everyone who has participated in the space to do program, to curate, etc., to perform fees for the work, working with diversity and marginal knowledges and practices and diasporic positions. It's integrated within all the decision making, the persons who are in the group, the persons who are invited to participate. So it's not something that is just meant from the program out, but it's something that is embedded in the structure of MIF itself. MIF is located in a shopping center in a district of the city that was built in the 60s, mainly done for community of workers that were coming from the countryside to work into the city. And so far it's an area that is very much in the process or will start to be in the process of gentrification. The space where we are, the rent for the land would be taken by the city again in 2025, and there are plans to demolish or rechange the shopping center at large. You know? So one of the programs that we're starting out now is like we're working with a collective of urban planners and other practices through the program, and thinking who has the right for culture, who has the right for dignified living within the city, you know? Who has access to this city and in which way and to which parts. When the city speaks about equality, they're not speaking about equity and different points of entry. Because as art spaces, we have, let's say, unique positions to shift grounds and to say many things that cannot be said in other platforms. We usually communicate with audiences through our different media channels. So we have like from word of mouth, we have like all the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram kind of situation as well. We have done programs that are inside our space and are outside the space, so also connecting with the communities at large in Kontula where we're situated.